In Cincinnati, Ohio, a swing state with 18 votes on offer in the race to 270 electoral college votes, people queued for hours to vote. Earlier tonight on Checkpoint, we spoke to Katie Vogel from the Cincinnati Enquirer, who not only queued to vote, she covered the queue for her newspaper, a newspaper that broke a century-long tradition of endorsing Republican candidates to formally endorse Hillary Clinton. Also queuing to vote was Gerry Beluan. I asked him how long he stood in line for.
It was approximately 3 hours and 15 minutes.
3 hours and 15 minutes to vote. Why on earth? Do you have any idea why you had to queue for so long?
Well, it was an early election poll, so this drew people from the entire county versus different precincts. If I had waited to vote on Tuesday the 9th, which is the national election day, I would have been able to vote in my precinct and the queue would not have been so long, but I'll be traveling on business Tuesday and I wouldn't have had the opportunity to vote. So it was now or never, and I felt it was that important.
Yeah, obviously a whole lot of people did. 3 hours 15 speaks of a whole lot of people feeling the same way. Do you mind, and you don't have to answer this question, if I ask you how you voted?
Yeah, I voted a straight Democratic ticket with Hillary Clinton for president.
And why did you queue 3 hours and 15 minutes to vote for Hillary Clinton? Were you voting for Clinton or against Trump, or maybe a combination of both?
It was a combination of both. I thought it was very important. I feel very strongly about and not having Trump be elected president. I think he's a danger to not only our country but globally as well, and to democracy in general. So I felt it very important to put my vote in.
And while you were queuing for 3 hours and 15 minutes, were you talking with the people around you? How were you passing the time?
Well, I told my wife, it's funny you mentioned that, I had my phone with me and I knew I'd be in line a long time. So I said, I need to get headphones because I want to be able to, occupy myself in the long time it's going to take to vote. So I listened to live broadcasts of MSNBC, which is a news program here in the United States. Talked to people in line around me. It was your producer asked me if people were mad to have to queue for that long. No, and the answer to that was no. We were glad to do it. As citizens, I think that we all felt it was our duty to do it, and it was generally a convivial atmosphere for us all.
Yeah, which is nice to hear because it hasn't looked convivial from this distance during a lot of the campaign period. So conviviality is to be encouraged. Were there any Republicans near you, or were you surrounded by friends in a political sense?
Yeah, no, I had mentioned to Alex, your producer, how there was a broad cross-section of people. I hate to say that I could have picked out a Republican just by looking at that person, but the people that I spoke to, they were all pretty obviously Democrat and Clinton supporters.
Who's going to win?
I'm guessing along with the rest of the country, I think that Hillary Clinton will win. I heard that the most recent polls are she has a narrow margin of 4%. I don't think anybody's comfortable with that, but that's the information we have.
Gerry Beluan, who queued for 3 1/4 hours to vote in Cincinnati.